Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles because we're going to talk about Doctor Who, and she does not care about Doctor Who. Most people do not care about Doctor Who, but even the most diehard, apologetic sites, talking about Bleeding Cool and Inverse and the Radio Times, they're all saying, hey, yeah, Doctor Who's probably dead. Like for realsies this time. The Russel T Davies 2.0 definitely killed off Doctor Who. And we've got people that worked on the show. They're like, yeah, this is as dead as Doctor Who has ever been. And, it was such an easy win. It was such an easy thing for them to get right. You brought Russel T Davies back. You brought David Tennant back. This should have been a slam dunk, but at some point in time, Russel T Davies' freaking brain fell out of his head. And he ran in the opposite direction of what made Doctor Who, his original run on Doctor Who, so great. And he alienated a large portion of the audience. And just, I don't understand what the thought process was here. Why is it that these showrunners, these directors, these actors, they just seem to enjoy burning studio money, right? Disney spent a lot of money to bring Doctor Who to Disney Plus and help bankroll it with the BBC. I mean, to be fair, the show looked really, really good on Disney Plus. It was a very good looking show. It was the best that Doctor Who has looked in several years, probably since the Matt Smith era. They clearly threw some bucks at it, but they did not get a return on that investment. The smart thing to do would have been, what worked in the past for Doctor Who? What can we do to bring back the audience that we alienated with the Chibnall era? What can we do to make this a slam dunk? And I thought for sure that when they announced they're bringing David Tennant back and Russel T Davies, that is exactly what they were going to do. They're going to be like, let's go back to what worked and let's kind of do a soft reboot and make Doctor Who great again. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? I'm fucking saying it. I don't care. And they did the opposite. They're like, no, let's just double down on the worst aspects of New Who, of things that started during Capaldi's run that definitely ramped up during Whittaker's run, and let's just take it in ridiculous new directions and just make it lame and gay. Basically, that's what they did. Lamer and gayer, I guess. I mean, Doctor Who was very gay under Russel T Davies back in 2005, but it was good. It was palatable queerness something, but it was good. It was the story came first, and that's not the impression I got from the new run. The new run was the ideology comes first, and sticking it to the bigots comes first. And Ncuti Gatwa turned out to be a freaking disaster because he was an activist first. And my understanding of the situation, my assessment of the situation, based on reading between the lines, is that he was basically ousted from the BBC, ousted from the role. But they're going to spin it differently because you can't fire a black gay man in this climate, especially in the UK. But they weren't real happy with him, I guess, especially after his hijinks with the singing competition or whatever. He wasn't going to host it because they had an Israeli finalist or something, and he was pro-Palestine and yada yada yada. And given the way things are going right now in the world, that aged like milk. But anyway, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Woohoos will come when Geeky is here. Lots of people talking about it. Bounding in the Comics is talking about it, of course. But Bleeding Cool, that surprises me because I know Rich Johnston and company, they're very big Doctor Who fans. And I think before they've made comments to the effect that, the chuds can suck it. But it sounds to me like the show's done. Guys, this is like, it's just done. Inverse even was like, oh my God, the bigots are mad. Now they're like, yeah, Doctor Who's ambiguous cliffhanger could hurt the franchise. Well, yeah, of course it could. So we'll go Bleeding Cool because this interests me here over at Bleeding Cool to have them take this contrary position. They said the surprise final scene in the most recent series of Doctor Who has turned out to be more divisive and controversial than anyone could have thought. Oh my God, guys, imagine that. By now, we're well past the spoiler warnings. They said you might think it opens up new possibilities or questions, or you might think the show has hit a creative dead end. It has. Yes. So for those of you who don't know, Ncuti Gatwa inexplicably regenerated into Billy Piper, and we don't know if Billy Piper is the Doctor or this is Rose Tyler from Pete's World, or if she's the Moment, or she's Bad Wolf, or she's another character entirely. River Song looking like Billy Piper. Who the hell knows? I don't even think Russel T Davies knows. I think he just thought, well, I started the show with Rose. I'll end the show with Rose. That's what I think. That's what I think his thought process was. I really do. I think he was just like, well, let's go out with a bang. Let's end it with Rose. And the next showrunner, if there is one, can figure it out in 15 years or whatever, if we ever try to bring the show back. Fandom has been in full hand-wringing denial mode, resisting the idea that Piper could possibly be the next Doctor just because she previously played Rose Tyler. Somehow they conveniently forgot she also played a compassionate talking bomb in the Day of the Doctor. Yes, that's true. In the latest Doctor Who magazine, writer Robert Shearman, writer of Big Finish Audios, and the 2005 episode Dalek, which was really good, which introduced the Pepper Pot menaces to the show and new viewers of Doctor Who, was asked what he thought about the regeneration, and he said he felt that showrunner Russel T Davies quietly ended the show, or at least put it to rest with that controversial regeneration. It felt final to me, because there is no plan, and there is no Disney money, and we don't know what's going to happen to Doctor Who at this point. At the moment, I'm in a pool phase. It's weird because the show is probably as dead as we've ever known it. So wait, this is in the official Doctor Who magazine. In the latest issue of Doctor Who magazine, we have a Doctor Who writer saying the show is as dead as it's ever been. Okay. It's not just the alt-right chuds and fascists, guys. You've got somebody with clout in the official fucking magazine saying the show is fucking dead. I don't know how much more official you can make it. I want an apology for the years of shit I have taken from people being like, Clownfish TV is just, bigot, Nazi, homophobe, fascist. It's like, no, I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. It was at one point in time my favorite show on television. And they fucking killed it. They killed it. I even stuck through Capaldi's era because I love Peter Capaldi. I loved his Doctor so much. He was, of the New Who Doctors, hands down my favorite Doctor. He is the Doctor to me, at least for modern Who. Of course, Tom Baker is always going to be the Doctor, but he's a close second for me. But he had shit to work with. He had dog shit scripts. He deserved so much better. If they'd actually given us proper Doctor Who during Peter Capaldi's run, my God, this show would still be going strong because he was the right guy. He was the guy. He was so fucking good, but his scripts were so dog shit. But at least there was a glimmer of hope. It's like, okay, let's roll it back to David Tennant. Actually, if they rolled it back to David Tennant, they could have just been like, oh yeah, those other Doctors, they never existed. I mean, it'd wipe out Matt Smith. That would suck. It'd wipe out Capaldi. That would suck. But they could just be like, because all the really dumb decisions started probably in the second half of Matt Smith's era. Once Amy and Rory were gone, things really came off the rails with Clara, and just be like, oh yeah, it's all Clara's fault. She fucked up the Doctor, the timeline or whatever. And now I'm just going to reset back to David Tennant and just pretend, it never happened. Clara never happened. There we go. And just, Jodie Whittaker never happened. Just move along. But no, so many opportunities to wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey themselves out of some really bad decisions, and they didn't do it. Anyway, this is an official source, guys. After 1989, we had for years a current Doctor. Now everything that is ever going to be produced in Doctor Who in terms going forward is going to feel retrogressive, at least with the new adventures and then the BBC books, the original novels published in the 90s. You thought it's the current Doctor, McCoy or McGann, and no one is going to start writing Doctor Who books with a Billy Piper Doctor because no one knows what that means. In a funny way, the closing moments of the reality war seem to put a full stop on things. We didn't have that before. That is interesting because, the Eighth Doctor, they had all kinds of adventures with the Eighth Doctor in other media, even though he was just in the movie, the TV movie. They had all kinds of adventures with this Doctor, and they really fleshed him out with the audiobooks and the novels and the comics and, all this stuff. Because it was like, okay, we're not getting a series, so we can continue this guy's adventures. And it was cool. And I wish we would actually get a Paul McGann series of some kind, or another movie or something. But they're right. They don't know what Billie Piper is. So they can't do Billie Piper Doctor Adventures. They're going to have to do, you know, I guess more Jodie Whittaker. Actually, what's probably going to happen is they're just going to do more Tom Baker and David Tennant Doctor Adventures, because those are the two most bankable doctors. 10th Doctor, not 14th Doctor. But that's what they're going to do. They're just going to have to be like, yeah, I guess we're going back and then we are limited by what we know about these doctors and their adventures. So we have to work around existing stories. Yeah, they basically wrote themselves into a corner. And, now the other option, which I fucking hate, the other option is we just roll into the fact that the Doctor has regenerated a cajillion times, and there are all these potential doctors out there that we could just do adventures about those doctors. And, I mean, I want the Timeless Child to be written out of existence. But yeah, I think they've just killed the franchise dead. I don't know why it matters, Shearman said, saying he now feels happy to buy the remastered Blu-rays of classic episodes. Oh my God, this is a guy whose life was intertwined with Doctor Who, who's talking in the official magazine, and he's like, I'd rather just buy remastered Blu-rays of classic episodes to revisit the series. It's a strange thing. It's made me want to embrace it because the whole of Doctor Who feels like it's in its own bubble. Shearman had to clarify this week on his social media account that his comments weren't meant to be pessimistic. That means somebody from the BBC contacted him and said, shut the fuck up, is what that means. That he is saying, as a Doctor Who fan first, that the show feels dead and that they've basically written Doctor Who into a corner and we can't really do audiobooks or anything because we don't know what the hell's going on. He wanted to say that the ambiguity over whether Billie Piper is the new Doctor means that all extended media, novels, audio dramas will be retrospective for a long time, featuring any and every past Doctor except her, because there's no official confirmation. He stated that despite the current uncertainty, he's looking forward to seeing more Doctor Who on television in the future. Why can't she be the 16th Doctor? Well, she could be. The attitude seems to come from fans' refusal to accept that she could possibly be the Doctor for a very biased reason. Stay tuned. Oh, fuck off. No, it's dumb. It was a Hail Mary pass. It was obviously a Hail Mary pass. They don't know what they're going to do. The fact they don't know if she's the Doctor, the moment, Rose Tyler, Bad Wolf, or what, tells me that they don't know what the hell they were doing. Russel T Davies is just like a humna, Billie Piper. This is called a Billie Piper. So you got to help me out. You got to help me out here, because Shooty got was shot his mouth off and got himself fired. And we got to regenerate, but we don't got anybody else. And the show's probably done after this. And yeah. I mean, to be fair, Shooty got wasn't the real Doctor anyway, right? He was a spin-off Doctor because they split the Doctor. So the real Doctor's still David Tennant in my head canon. I don't know. It's also confusing. I mean, at this point, you have one of two options. Either hit the reset button with Doctor Who completely, with somebody who wants to do right by the show, or just stop. Just stop. Stop making new stuff, because all you're doing is ruining the franchise in general. It's like Star Wars. I was talking with some friends the other day, and it's like, I don't even watch the original trilogy anymore because I'm so soured on Disney Star Wars. It's retroactively ruined the classic stuff for me, which I loved. I watched the original trilogy probably 2 or 3 times every year since I was a 12-year-old kid. VHS and then DVD and then Blu-ray, right? After The Last Jedi and all the freaking drama around it, I don't even want to watch the original trilogy anymore. And I loved it. And it's the same with Doctor Who. I don't even go back. I don't watch anything from the new Who era. I will go back and watch classic episodes, because to me that feels like a different show, I guess. Same with Star Trek. Like, I'll still watch the original series. I'll still watch, DS9 and Next Gen, which is, one of my favorite shows of all time. I'll still watch those endlessly, but I won't watch any of the new stuff. But for a long time, I didn't even want to watch those because I was so pissed off about Discovery and all that shit. And I'm like, eh. But I think if I can separate it and be like, yeah, this is a totally different thing, different timeline, different whatever, then I'm okay. And it takes a while to distance yourself. But yeah, I mean, the show's, it's done. It's done. And this is coming from official sources, and he had to walk it back. But he's right. And I'm sure there are a lot of other people that worked on Doctor Who that feel the same way. So congratulations, Russell. Congratulations. I hope you're happy. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.